Hi folks. So I was going to do the 2025 sort of broad architecture video that I'd referred to in my last video a couple of days ago, the weekly overview that I did for this week, but I'm going to do that next. So that'll probably go out tomorrow, day after. I wanted to do a little bit of housekeeping and announce a couple of specials, discount readings, and I want to do a standalone video so I can link to this whenever it is that whenever I do other videos and I want to be able to link to something for you guys to be able to refer to. And I would request that you just hear this out because there might be some information here that is useful to you, and if it is not useful, you can then just not pay attention to it. I'll keep it short. I was going to do, right now, as you know, I'm not running any specials. The last one I ran was during the month of January as something as a discount reading for 2025. I was going to run what is now becoming my Mercury retrograde $50 30 to 40 minute single topic reading discount. I had started this 2 Mercury retrogrades ago, and I was going to offer it again from March the 15th to April the 7th. My usual 30 to 40 minute, $50 single topic area focus reading where we just look at one particular area, one particular house, one particular topic like the eclipses, or one particular subject matter like relationships or finances or career or something like that, and just kind of talk about that for about 30 to 40 minutes. And I'm still going to offer it, but there have been, and there were a couple of inquiries. The reason why I'm doing this video is that there were a couple of inquiries around when are you doing specials next, etc., especially in the light of some of my last few videos. There have been not identical, but a couple of requests around whether a single topic reading would suffice for everything that is going on in March and April. And I've really done a little bit of soul searching around that, and I'm not going to be able to cover that in 30 to 40 minutes. I can cover the eclipses, I can cover Mercury retrograde, I can cover Venus retrograde, I can even try and cover them both, but I know how fast 30 to 40 minutes go, and that's really much more. I think that works better if we're talking about a particular topic or a particular subject, or even if it's just the eclipses, then we can keep it focused on that. I think that if I were to look at just what is coming up in March and April, which specifically are Mercury and Venus retrograde and the eclipses, the Virgo lunar eclipse on March the 13th and the Aries solar eclipse on March the 29th. I think that becomes its own discrete 60 to 75 minute reading. And I am willing to do, for anyone who wants to get an overview or wants to understand how the kind of developing intense astrology, and we've been talking about this now since the beginning of the year, of March and April is going to play out. I'm happy to offer a 60 to 75 minute reading for $100, and I'll offer it starting today, February the 19th, and we can run it till April the 19th. By that time, honestly, I don't think you're going to wait till April the 19th for this. So we'll figure out when to end this. I might just end it when Mercury retrograde ends. What I like about April the 19th is by that time, both Mercury and Venus will be direct again. So we can roughly keep it to something like that. But at the very least, I'll run these topics, these 2 specials concurrently. It doesn't make sense for me to start one special and then announce another special in 3 weeks' time. That's just going to be confusing. So there are 2 specials between now and at least April the 7th. Let's just say that, at least for now, between now and April the 7th. One of them is the 30 to 40 minute single topic reading for $50. And the other one is a 60 to 75 minute reading related to the eclipses and Venus and Mercury retrograde in Aries and Pisces. And that'll include the Virgo. So That 60 to 75-minute reading will include covering both the Virgo lunar eclipse on March the 13th, the March 29th Aries eclipse, and specifically it will then also hone down to the Venus and Mercury retrograde between Aries and Pisces. So really what we're going to be looking at is, what does it mean to stabilize the Pisces part of the chart in March and April in such a way that you can start to create the future that you want once these energies are behind us. For some of us, that's going to start up in April. For some of us, that's going to start up in May. And so what does it mean to stabilize the Pisces part of the chart? And also, what does the chart suggest with the houses occupied by Aries primarily, but also Taurus and Gemini when we look at this future state that we're trying to create? And the Venus and Mercury retrograde between Aries and Pisces, future state Aries, wrapping up the old and stabilizing the Pisces part of the chart, Pisces, and the eclipses occurring at the same time. What could all of that mean? What are we being encouraged to do? What are we being encouraged to prioritize? What does it mean for you, etc.? So final time, 2 specials: my regular Mercury retrograde 30 to 40 minute single topic reading for $50, and the other one is a 60 to 75 minute deeper dive into the 2 eclipses coming up in March, March 13th, March 29th, and the Venus and Mercury retrogrades starting in March and ending in April. And the focus there is on what needs to be tied up, resolved, stabilized in the Pisces part of the chart, the first phase of which is going to end by the end of April, but there's going to be a second phase of which is going to pick up between September of this year to February of next year. And what is this future state that we're trying to create with the Aries solar eclipse especially, and Uranus and Taurus, and Jupiter and Gemini, that we're trying to clear space for? Okay, so one of them is just a single topic reading for 30 to 40 minutes for $50. The other one is to be more succinct, and I deliberately have given you the details with regard to what we would look at in the 60 to 75 minute reading, but to now be more succinct, looking at the astrology of March and April, and the eclipses and the Venus and Mercury retrogrades, and what that would mean to your birth chart. And that would be for $100. If either of those options, as I said, I really can't do the March, April stuff in a 30-minute reading. I can't. So this gives you 2 different options. You can then decide what it is that you want to pick based on your budget. And I get that sometimes folks are waiting for specials and things like that to be able to just see if something's going to be offered, and they can schedule stuff. So my email address is in the description box below. Please use that email address to reach out to me. And I'm not going to complicate this by having different rates for different geographies. So you can reach out to me there, and we can go ahead and start scheduling or moving forward on stuff and be in communication there. Okay, I hope you found this useful. And yeah, I'm going to be back to my regular programming starting tomorrow, and we'll do the video on sort of the overall architecture of 2025, and then move on to the Pisces, new moon, solar eclipse, etc., etc. Okay, take care. If you have not, take a look at my weekly overview that I did a few days ago, because with that Mercury-Saturn conjunction coming up on Monday, it may be, you may find it useful and helpful at this time. Okay, take care.